Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Nancy Rotler, and I'm the Director of the Opportunity Program as well as the Assistant Vice President for Student Success and Retention here at St. Vincent College. And I'm so pleased to welcome you today on this wonderful, warm February and have an opportunity to have you visit campus and celebrate the accomplishments of your sons and daughters. I'd like to share how excited I am. We have students as close as Latrobe and Derry. And to my knowledge, we have a student here. His family perhaps has arrived from California. Am I right, Anthony? Your parents are here from the state of California. So we have students represented from all over. I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. Other than graduation day, this is one of my favorite days in my employment at St. Vincent. This is a day that we honor you, your accomplishments. So many of you started in our summer program 1 summer, 2 summer, 3 summer, 4 summers ago. And I'm sure that first day when I spoke and my colleagues spoke on day 1, you thought, what's this summer program all about? What is it going to take to make that transition to college? And here you are today. Success stories, day in and day out, in the classroom, on the football field, on the basketball court, on every level of accomplishment, campus ministry, so many levels of accomplishment. We have a number of young women that will be recognized today that have voices that are just thrilling to hear in so many of the different shows and concerts. So every one of you brings something to the campus and to build our community. So I can't thank you and can't tell you how proud I am of your accomplishments. We're proud to share that of our students in our program, we had 80 students in the spring that earned a 3.0 or higher, and we had 86 in the fall that earned a 3.0 or higher. And in fact, we had 1 student in the spring that had a 4.0 and 2 in the fall. So quite an accomplished crowd. I want to mention we have many students today that the seniors of the numbers, many of our seniors are already gainfully employed or they have already transitioned to the graduate school realm, but we applaud their accomplishments as well. We had 28 of the students, we mentioned the 3.0 threshold, but 28 of the 80 also made the Dean's List in the spring, and 29 earned Dean's List distinction in the fall semester. So can't tell you how proud I am, and again, we share in that journey with your parents, your guardians, friends, relatives, and extended family of all of your accomplishments. So what I'd like to do right now is ask Dr. Smetanka to stand for a minute. He'd like to share a few words of welcome as well.
Thank you, Dr. Rotler, and special welcome to all the parents and loved ones here as we gather to celebrate the accomplishment of these fine students. As Dr. Rotler said, we want to really thank you for your support of them, and also want to thank the students for their hard work, for engaging with the faculty, with the staff, with all of the support that we have here. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our opportunity staff, Dr. Rotler and her team, who have made this day possible. So let's give them a round of applause. So again, thank you, and have a very good celebration and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Dr. Smetanka. I'm real pleased that we have a number of our honored guests from our advisory board here present. So if I may ask, I'd like to introduce all of the opportunity staff. So many of you hear about the students mentioning Mr. Elam or Mrs. Eicher or Mrs. Trisky or what have you. I'd like to take that opportunity to have our staff stand, and as I mention your name, please stand. First, Mr. Matthew Elam. Mrs. Linda Eicher. Ms. Ariel James, Mrs. Teresa Trisky, Mr. Dave Cullen, in the back, Mrs. Vera Hisker, who did I miss? Did I catch everybody? Wonderful. At this point, I would also like to mention that we have a new member of our team, Mrs. Mary Nemick, will be joining our team on Monday, so if she may please stand. Some of you may know Mrs. Nemick. She teaches in our psychology department, so she'll be joining our team on Monday. Pleased to recognize and introduce at this point all of our advisory board members. So if I can ask for the advisory board members to stand as I mention their name. I'm going to start in the back this time with Dean Alice Kaler, Ms. Donna Edmonds, scanning tables, Dr. Jennifer Kale, Chairperson of Biology, Dr. Doreen Blandino, Mrs. Celine Brudnock, and an honorary member of our team is Jolia Cavala. Have I missed anyone? Where's Sarah? There's Sarah. Miss Sarah Hart, also another honorary member. Thank you so much. I'm pleased to turn the program over at this point to a student that I met as he transferred here to St. Vincent. Mr. Coy Patterson will be serving as our Master of Ceremonies today, and I'm real proud to mention that he's had the opportunity to join our team, and he's actually interning in our office this semester. So he's a graduating senior, and I'm going to turn the podium over to Mr. Coy Patterson. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. So pleased that you all could be with us today to celebrate these awards from these fine students. My name is Coy, and I will serve as your Master of Ceremonies. I'm a senior. I'm a criminology major. I'm from Florida as well. I'm proud to announce that I've been accepted into the master's program, which I will be attending next year. I also serve as a mentor in the Opportunity Office and the multicultural students. First, we will have the invocation by Sam Nowicki, followed by the poetry reading by Miss Ariel James.
If you could please bow your heads, please. God, Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gifts and talents you bestow on us, the students at St. Vincent College. Today we are recognized for trying to live up to your grace. We ask that you continue to bless us all in our endeavors. We know that our gifts are meant to be shared and pray that other students may be inspired by our hard work. Continue to be with us, Lord, and the community at St. Vincent College, and bless us through Jesus the Lord. Amen.
I'm going to share with you guys a poem called Your Key to Success. If you are determined and your eyes are set, you shall surely achieve your goal, and that's a bet. Hard work, honesty, and concentration are the only keys to success. Try again and again, for one day victory is what you'll possess. Rise with every fall. Don't be afraid to touch the sky so tall. Concentrate on every chore that you do. It may be hard work, or it can be play too. Set a high goal, but it must be within your reach. Also keep your pride low and practice what you preach. Remember to never let your confidence break down, even if the world jeers at you or calls you a clown. Show them what you are by proving your worth, so that your name shall shine in every corner of the earth. One day for sure, your hard work, honesty, and focus will pay back, and there will be nothing in the world that you will ever lack. Follow these steps, and success shall enlighten your pathway and fill your life with joy, happiness, and peace every day. This is called Your Key to Success by Purna C. India.
Thank you. Now we will have the presentation of certificates by Ms. Teresa Turiski, followed by reflections.
First, I want to say also, we've thanked the staff, and I want to also thank the students because we love working with you, we love helping you, and we really enjoy having you in our offices and seeing you shine and succeed and grow through your 4 years here. So thank you, students. And also thank you, parents, for all of your support for your student, parents and guardians and loved ones. We hear about you guys sometimes, and it's always wonderful to know that our students are so loved at home as well. Okay. The certificates today, I will read the names of all of the students who are still here and haven't graduated yet. So first, Nico Alessandro.
So you're going to want to turn face down, the ones that aren't here.
Marissa Anderson. Connie Rose Barnes. Zachary Bashauer. Megan Beatty. Scott Becker. Thomas Bennett. Shamar Bennett. Kyle Beveridge. Damon Black. Ashley Brady. Evelyn Brazil. Zachary Buddy. Taya Bush. Serena Chase. Marsha Kroos. Cameron D'Alessandro. Stephanie De La Paz. Gianna Detour. Anthony Donatelli. Daniel Elder. Ian Eshelman. Anthony Falsetti. Ryan Fosnock. He's coming up. Katana Fazenbaker. And I should state here that some of our students are on the Women in Business trip to New York City, and some of the students might be student teaching or have other activities or jobs going on today too. Mariah Farraco. Amy Figueroa. Thomas Fitzsimmons. Madison Ford, Joelle Gaines, Elise Glad, Jared Gregory, Hannah Gross, Carly Grove, Marshall Grubb, Sarah Hampton, Catherine Harwick, Jacob Heron, Harry Hiles, Dale Hillis, Susanna Hogan, Jennifer Hogan, Braden Hahn, Derek Hughes, Kelsey Hunter, Jason Hutchins, Eric Joncola, Alyssa Johnstone. LaRon Jones, Jordan Joseph, Casey Kaup, Sarah Kaup, Sarah Cada, Jasmine Kennedy, Courtney Close, Martin Lassard, Vincent Lassard, Olivia Lewis, Mallory Moffett, Serena Martinez, Tyler Mathias, Tyler McElfresh, Anthony Meneses, Jacob Mercer, Shelby Mishler, oh, she graduated. Sorry, forgot those. Holly Muniz, Alexis Mosier, Amanda Moyer. Samuel Nowicki. Marissa Odell. Kathleen O'Reilly. Francis O'Shea. Angela Paney. Hannah Pastorek. Coy Patterson. Morgan Pattison. Deb Pietronico. Kyle Pope. Zachary Ray. Joshua Reist. Jordan Reyna. Dylan Reyna. Julianne Rosa. Katie Ryan. Sherby Samplis. Logan Siebold. Daniel Simcoe. Tyler Slavic. Cassandra Smith. Daniel Straka. Louis Tate. Megan Taylor. Anthony Tomarello. Kayla Van Tassel. Kiara Vorderbergen. Nicholas Werner. Eric White. Nicole Sierra Wilson. Zachary Wisniewski. Chelsea Zamborski. Ashley Zalisic. And Helena Zrill. Congratulations to all of our students today who have earned a 3.0 or better for either spring or fall semester 2017.
Now I would like to share a little reflection from my personal story. In 2016, I left Florida and made my way to Pennsylvania. Not knowing what to expect, I had mixed feelings. Prior to coming to Pennsylvania, I had attended a state college on an athletic scholarship. Leaving my friends and family and coming to Latrobe, I felt as though I was in a whole different world. My first semester was probably my toughest one. Mentally, I was far away from home, but physically, things just didn't feel right. At my prior school, I had 2 hours away from home, a quick and easy drive. Now the drive was 17 hours and some change. Although I have a strong family bond, just knowing it would take a little more for my family to get to me and have my rescue, it made me uneasy. I had a tough time adjusting to my classes, Spanish particularly. I did not know where to get help and I was afraid to fail. Luckily, I had a teammate one day who asked me, "Oh, do you need tutoring?" Luckily, I said yes. So I attended this tutoring session, and eventually, things started going a little better. But one day, while attending this tutoring session, Dr. Rattler walked in and spoke to everyone, and then she asked me, "Who are you?" Naturally, I got nervous and thought I was in trouble, but she proceeded to tell me her name, and she said, "Welcome." Following that session, she pulled me to the side and started asking me questions, like, "Where are you from? What year are you? And what brought you here?" I was thinking to myself, who is this lady, and why is she constantly questioning me? But once she got my background, she basically adopted me into opportunity. From there on, a bond between me and the staff developed. I eventually came in almost every day, whether it was just to talk or map out graduation or just talk about other questions I had. It came a point where I found out I was going to be short of graduation, and I knew the financial situation back home was not a great one. Thoughts of taking a year off and working to get money and then coming back constantly were being discussed. I got real discouraged, and I just started to give up. But Dr. Rattler and Ms. Smith helped me out and map out my schedule and got me on a payment plan, and things started to look up from there. Today I'm here through the support and help of opportunity, honestly. They are my second family, and being that I am so far from home and often get homesick, this is what I needed. Thankfully, that I decided to put my pride aside and attend tutoring 2 years ago. Look how far we have come. This year, I have served as a mentor for the Opportunity Program, working alongside freshmen to share my experiences and make their transition a successful one. Coming so far away from home, having trouble with adjusting, an opportunity allowed me to share what I had been through and learned in college and give back, which is the main goal, helping others be successful. With all these experience and help I have been provided by the staff of Opportunity, and I can say I will be graduating this spring, and many other worries and problems are gone thanks to Opportunity. Thank you. Now I would like to welcome up Lewis Tate, who also has a reflection.
My name is Lou Tate, and I'm a senior business management major and operational excellence minor. And before I begin my speech, there's a few individuals I would like to address and give thanks to. Dr. Rattler, Mrs. Hadorn, Mrs. Smith, who's not here, Mrs. Hisker, and Mrs. Turiski. It is hard to even know where to begin. Not even a picture that tells 1,000 words would be enough to put in the words how much each and every one of you mean to me. Thank you all very much for your continuous support, love, and generosity throughout these 4 years here at St. Vincent College. From my very first moments here on campus, from the first day of the summer program for incoming freshmen until this very day, you have never ceased from staying dedicated to all of your students, continually making an everlasting impact on our lives. Every step of the way, every semester, you've been there to help guide me and help me stay on the right path. You were able to learn my strengths and my weaknesses, never allowing me to ever overburden myself, but yet always challenging me to unlock my innermost potential. In times of confusion or doubt, you were there to encourage me. To me, and I'm sure to many others here, each one of you are more than just an academic advisor. You've, in a sense, been a second mother to me. The relationships we formed are unbreakable, and your hospitality has enabled me to turn towards each and every one of you for a multitude of issues or concerns. You've allowed yourselves to grow in relationships more personable than just a simple student-advisor relationship to each and every one of your students. I don't consider you my advisor. I consider you my friends and my mentors. I will never forget you and what you've done for me. Thank you. I'd like to begin with sharing my thoughts prior to starting my college career. Shortly after receiving my acceptance letter to St. Vincent College, I received a letter from Dr. Rottler informing me that I had been placed into their 3-week, highly intensive summer program for incoming freshmen. This summer program offered 6 free credits, which was nice, and also the ability to become acclimated to the campus before school started. Upon first reading this, I was honestly pretty discouraged by the thought of starting school in July. I even began to think of ways to get out of it. The thought of taking 2 classes and learning 15 weeks worth of material in 3 weeks honestly made me want to vomit. But I knew God had a reason for this, so I prayed for strength and mentally prepared myself for the unknown of what was about to be one of the greatest and most significant parts of my college career. Prior to attending SVC, I felt pretty well prepared for college, but later realized that I was only fully prepared mentally and not so much academically. You see, in high school, I was never really fully challenged to, be the best that I could be and step out of my comfort zone. And I've always gotten pretty good grades, but I've never taken, any too hard of classes. Being in this summer program, and as intense as it was honestly one of the best realizations I had. After the first day of the program, I was nervous and anxious, but yet hopeful at the same time what my future here at SVC had in store. I'll never forget how the first week of the program felt like the longest week of my life, still trying to figure things out, still trying to find a solid friend group. When I went through the summer program, every day we were required to attend 2 classes. Both were 3 hours long. That was pre-calculus and English. And we had we had pre-calculus in the morning, and we had English in the afternoon. And then in between classes, we had lunch, and then some kind of other activity that would, show us where to go if we ever needed something, or who to talk to if we ever needed something to. And then also in the evening for 2 hours, 1 hour for each class, we had mandatory tutoring. So as you can see, our schedules were pretty busy. But what I really enjoyed was the excursions on the weekends. On the first weekend, we went to a day camp in Ligonier, and we engaged in a series of games designated to break the ice, allowing us to quickly know one another better. And I can still remember the look on a lot of people's faces, looking around all quiet, wondering who's going to make the first move or say hi to the other first. But on the bus ride down to the camp, it was pretty silent. And on the way back, the bus was very rowdy, and even at times a little too rowdy. By the end of that visit to the camp, everyone was talking like they'd known one another for years. And on the second weekend, we went on an excursion to a nursing home, and we spent time playing board games with the elderly. This was a significant part of the program to me because this was my first time ever doing this type of charity work. And what a sweet, fulfilling time it was. I'll never forget the conversations I had with some of the elderly. One of the women I had talked to, She had no interest in playing any games at all. She only had interest in asking me several questions, wanting to get to know me better and what I wanted to do with my life. And she told me that she hadn't had a genuine conversation with someone in years, and that it meant the world to her that someone had taken the time to talk to her. And, you know, at this moment, this experience had taught me to better allow myself to become comfortable, you know, talking to other people I don't know or honestly don't even really have much interest in speaking with. The third weekend of the program was, you know, probably one of the best moments as well. We spent the evening at Kennywood Amusement Park, and by this point, everyone knew each other pretty well, was pretty comfortable, and we were starting to take selfies, I guess you could say, with one another, and, you know, going up after the rides were over and printing out pictures that the rides took. You know, even the bus ride to Kennywood to and from was filled with excitement and laughter. I hope I'm not boring you with how long this is. But needless to say, the third week of the program happened to be one of the fastest weeks of my life. I and many others were honestly quite sad that the program was over. We had all grown pretty close pretty fast, but at the same time, we were hopeful and excited for what our future here at SVC held. Today, there's still people that I keep in contact with that were in the program with me, but have transferred either, you know, right after the program was over or, you know, more recently. I still keep in contact with pretty much all of them that have transferred. I've grown into friendships that have turned into lifetime bonds with many of the students that are here, and I'm still very close with to this day. This program is more than a program that just gets you acclimated to college. It is a program which fundamentally builds character, trust, hope, integrity, dedication, and sincerity. At the end of this 3-week program, I finally felt prepared for college. I felt at home and was ready then, more than ever, for even new beginnings, even new, bigger beginnings. I could not even begin to imagine how my life would have been different had I not gone through this program. Every week during my freshman year, I had a meeting with Dr. Rottler to discuss how my classes were going and if I was having any issues. She, along with the rest of her staff, were always there to give me support in any way, shape, form, or possible. Even advice on different ways to study, ways that I never even thought were possible. You know, they ended up being super simple too, but, you know, it's just having someone at your side like that to give you any kind of advice is, you know, really helps you succeed. But, you know, like I mentioned earlier, that these weekly meetings and my weekly presence in the office has led me into growing relations between myself and the opportunity staff. I had even been asked by Mrs. Haydorn to assist her and her relatives in preparing and cooking the food for her son's wedding rehearsal dinner. And that was a favor I was humbled and honored to accept. Growing deeper in my relationships with the members of the Opportunity Office in accordance with my experience from the summer program, I was inspired to become a part of the program, and I applied and was offered a position as one of the student mentors for the summer going into my junior year. What an honoring role it was to be a mentor to incoming freshmen who were going through the same program I had went through, having the same thoughts and aspirations as I did. I was privileged to be in a position of a mentorship to new students who, in a sense, had dependency and trust in me and my words and actions to properly guide them through the program. During this program, I repeatedly had flashbacks in my head of different experiences of me and my friends, and, you know, even some of the smaller things, like seeing how all these new freshmen were at first real hesitant to get to know one another, but after the day camp at Ligonier, they were talking like they'd known each other for years. You know, what a neat experience it was to see how the magic of this program worked from the mentorship perspective, as well as being a product of the program. As the years went by, I no longer needed to schedule weekly appointments with Dr. Rottler to discuss how my classes were going, due to her continued support of my academic growth and the ability to tackle any challenges that I had faced. I still had made it a priority to frequently check in with my friends in the Opportunity Office whenever I could. Though I was doing quite well for myself, they were still always there more than ever if I ever need any help or support. Not just in my academics, but all of my endeavors. Last semester, I achieved my first semester ever attaining straight A's, and not all A minuses either. The Opportunity Program has played a significant part has played a significant part in my growth and development as a person. I am prepared to take on life after college and the courage to conquer any challenge or goal that crosses my path. Now, being over just a little 2 months from graduation, I've spent much time reflecting on how amazing my experience here at St. Vincent College has been. The friendships I've grown into with fellow students, professors, and monks who have become everlasting, unbreakable friendships. I am blessed to have encountered each individual who has become a significant part of my life. The Benedictine values of love, prayer, conversation, obedience, discipline, humility, stewardship, hospitality, and community are vibrant not only in the Opportunity program, but campus-wide. The education I've received at the school has enhanced my overall knowledge in ways I've never previously thought possible. I believe I have the ability to address the problems and promises of my generation and of our world and engage them with confidence. Lastly, I would like to thank my amazing parents, my father Luigi and my mother Debbie. Thank you for your continuous love and support throughout my college career. Thank you for encouraging me to step out into the unfamiliar, to live in a new town, attend a new school of which I didn't know a single person here prior to attending, and starting a new life at such an elite Catholic educational institution. Thank you for welcoming 3 of my friends, of which I met in the program, to Thanksgiving and Easter celebrations every year since freshman year, and treating them, along with all the rest of my friends, like family. Thank you for always being there for me in times of celebration and in struggle. I would not be the man I am today if it wasn't for your continuous love, support, guidance you have given me throughout my entire life. I couldn't ask for better role models. Thank you for granting me such an amazing opportunity to become the best man and disciple of Christ I can be. Now I can say with confidence that I have fought the good fight, I've nearly finished the race, and I've kept the fight, and I'm ready to move forward, always forward, and everywhere forward.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cassie Smith, and I am a communication major and a Spanish minor here at St. Vincent. When I started at St. Vincent, I was the first person in my family to go to college. I had no idea what to expect, but I wanted to get involved as much as I could to make my college experience worthwhile. I had joined the swim team because I've been swimming since I was 7 years old, so it was a priority for when I was picking a college to join a team. I also joined various clubs and other organizations that I was interested in. I was taking 6 classes, and all the activities I was doing started to become very overwhelming. And around midterms, I noticed I wasn't doing as well in one of my classes as I should be. I got my grades after midterms, and I was completely disappointed whenever I have received A's and B's in high school, to have received a D in psychology. That's when I was contacted by the Opportunity Office. I sat down with Mrs. Turisky, and we set up meetings every week to talk about what I was doing in my classes. She also set me up with tutors, Mrs. Fox, who helped me with psychology. I sat with her every Tuesday for 2.5 hours and studied psychology. I ended up having to swim practice at 6 a.m. just so I could sit with her on those days to study. There was many times I did not want to study, even though I didn't have a test. However, I enjoyed the conversations that Mrs. Fox and I would have while I was there, and I ended up being a lot better. It ended up going a lot better, even though I was exhausted from that day. I ended up getting a C+ in the class, which I was really ecstatic about. And after that semester, I still met up with Mrs. Fox and her husband, Mr. Fox, for various subjects. Even if I had good grades, it was still nice to have a fresh set of eyes on my assignments, just to make sure I was on track. Without the Opportunity Department, I would have probably never improved my grades or got my schedule intact. I realized that even if it's embarrassing, you should always ask for help. Even though I do not have the same problems I did freshman year, I still might enjoy my occasional meetings with Mrs. Turisky, just talking about my classes, swimming, my roommates, or anything that comes to mind. I still do use the tutors, but not as often. However, when anybody asks me about the Opportunity program, I always rave about it. This past year, I had the opportunity to become an orientation director for the school, and I had the opportunity to give advice to new students. I always would emphasize, no matter what, if you feel like you're ever struggling with school, always ask for help. You never know where it may lead you or how you might end up. Along with being on orientation, I am involved with Alpha Phi Omega, a service fraternity, Activities Programming Board, MADCOM, Spanish Club, Bearcat Buzz, Sports Informational Student Assistance, lifeguarding, and I am in the Communication Honor Society and soon to be the Spanish Honor Society. I would like to thank everyone in the department for everything that they do. Without you and many others would not be successful, and as today, we do make everything a difference here at St. Vincent. I'd also like to thank my family for everything that they do for me. Whether it's in the pool or in the classroom, you guys are always supportive and no matter what I do. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful reflections. Students, I really am so proud of you. I think let's give your parents a round of applause. If the parents can stand, guardians. And I want to thank someone that's in the back of the room. I see Mrs. Haydorn. Mrs. Haydorn, can you stand? Mrs. Haydorn's worked with us, and she has been promoted to another spot in the campus, but I'd like to publicly thank her for all of her contributions to the Opportunity Program in the past years. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Thank you so much for all of your good work. I anticipate the tears of joy on graduation day. And if I can ask all the students, I'd love to capture a picture of all the students. So if we can have the students come up here just for a few minutes, I'm going to capture a group picture. And congratulations, safe travels home. Thanks for coming, and continued success ahead. Thank you so much.